Now, welcome back to the live streaming that I have here. Um, right now, my location, I am at Pagoda Park, Yunlong. So, these are the surrounding in here. I would love to share you all the surrounding in here. Hope everyone will be notified my live streaming right now. Those are the people who are hang out over here at the uh, Yunlong Park. Yes, Yunlong Park, or at we are at the Pagoda Park. Oh, shooting star, welcome. This are my surrounding in here. Did you like it? How are you, shooting star? Hi. Because I am alone. All of my friends, they are not having their day off. So I am alone here at the Pagoda Park. Yes, hello. How are you, shooting star? Hope you are fine. Oh, thanks for the 2 thumbs up. Okay, wow. I get the 3 viewers right now. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Uh, let's put here first. I need to fix my stand so that I could use it. Oh, I'm so sorry for the shaking. Oh no, 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 not like that. Oh, Scoot B, how are you? How are you, Scoot B? Yeah, thanks for the 2 thumbs up. Okay, nice. Hoping you like. Okay, how about that? Did you like that? Are you still there? Scoot B, haha. Rose, you need me. Don't count. I guessed. Okay, thumbs up for the host. Yes, thumbs up, guys. Oh my god. Yes, thumbs up. So these are the surrounding in here right now. I am alone in here, could be. All my friends don't have their day off. They didn't go out because their employer don't they didn't allow them to go out. Okay. Yes, here I'm trying to finish posting a video. Wow, really? What kind of video is that? I don't want to talk about the coronavirus. All the people here, they are talking the coronavirus. I'm so very much allergic for the coronavirus. I will. I will, shooting star. I will. Thank you. I don't want to talk about that virus. I wanted to talk some other things that it might it might give a positive and a happy one. Mm. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. It could be the park is looking empty, and Unlike before that a lot of people who are hang out over here every Sunday, but this time it's just only few people showing in here. Yes. MK, maybe when you are there, you can find a big stick to spunk shooting star with. Oh, sub. Hello, welcome to my LS sub. Currently I am here at the Pagoda Park in Yonlong. I didn't go far, and I didn't roaming around here at Hong Kong because of the corona. This beautiful corona. It's getting worse again here in Hong Kong. Sub G, hello from Shooting Star. Yes, this is a very nice hangout. Every time that I don't want to go to the Hong Kong Island, I go over here even I am alone. You can really rest over here, and you want to some refreshment. You can sit down on under the trees and put some mat and take some rest, just like what the some other Filipinas and Indonesian did in here. Look at those are Filipinas, and there some Indonesian. Yeah, but only few people show up in here. The surroundings are looking very empty, unlike before. That wow, a lot of people hang out over here, especially on Sunday. But this time, it's only few people show up in here. Yeah. Yes, you're right. This place is perfect for dating. Yeah, I do agree with you, sub. This is this place is perfect for dating. If you want to talk with your someone or your loved one, it's here are free, and you would be hang out in here until you want, until at night. I remember one time I hang out here until 8 o'clock in the evening. And well, a lot of people during the time uh, hang out in here, jogging in here, and yeah. I think so. Even in Iloilo sub. If there is this kind of park in Iloilo or in the Philippines, I am sure. You know what? When I having a vacation in Manila and we go to the Rizal Park, a lot of couples that having dating at the um, Rizal Park or Lunita Park. Oh, Kevin Ash, hello. Welcome to my LS, Kevin. Yeah, I am wearing my mask, but since there is nobody here on my surrounding I want to look at, so I didn't wear my mask. Nobody here near on me. I away from the people. So at there, at that portion are the Indonesian and some Filipinas, and then in that portion are the Filipinas too. And then that's it. These are the 360 degrees of views over here that I show you here. So, LOL, hi! Hi, Kevin, sub, power girl mask. Yes, you're right. So hard to find a park in Cebu, MK. Really? I bet Cebu is second progressive from Manila City. I mean, aside from mega city, which is the Metro Manila, Cebu is the first class city all over the Philippines. And then third is Baguio City. And right now, uh, Iloilo, and then I think Davao, these days. Before, Cebu is the Queen City of the South. I don't know right now if it is the Cebu is the Queen City of the South. The surrounding there are very nice, MK. Oh, thank you. Oh, Sab from Kivanash. Yeah, but no park only in it park. Oh, okay. So mostly in Cebu are buildings, right? Hmm. How are you, Kevin from Sub? Um, Kevin, I have a question on you. During the time that you are in the service of military, what place you assigned before during the time that you are in service? Hey, Kevin from Scutby, in what portion or in what country you assigned before you retired as U.S. Army? Mm, okay. Right now it's just like a mushroom also, the buildings in Iloilo City. The old airport, which is the Mandurriao Airport, this time a lot of buildings in there, and in fact the Mega World and the ICC uh, just built over there in that old airport at the Mandurriao. Mm, all good here, just chilling here. That's nice, Kevin. Hello, sub. Kevin, I said, when you are serving before as a U.S. Army, what location they assigned you? I mean the U.S. Government. Where the I mean the U.S. government, where they assigned you? I choose location. Ah, you're the one to choose the location. So, have you ever tried to choose a location outside of the U.S.? Did you assign at the Asia? Germany. Oh, Europe. Okay. Where are you stationed, Kevin? Ah, yeah. Station. Thanks, Shooting Star. Station. Okay. Mm. He assigned at Germany. So I bet you know some Germanian words. Germanian English. Mm. MK, you miss having to fly from the um, old Hong Kong airport. It was just a strip of concrete running out into the ocean. You're welcome, MK. Where where were you in Germany, Kevin? Yes, could be says. Yeah, I bet Scoot B is assigned also at the Germany before. LOL, yes, I live in German family 3 years or more. Wow, really? And how's the culture of Germanian over the U.S. Culture, Kevin? Because you've been stay for the Germanian family. Is it the culture of the Germanian? It's something the same at the U.S. Culture? I bet could be is assigned at the Middle East, right? Could be you assigned at the Middle East before. Sub. Um, I just heard that you came from the Thailand. How's the situation at the Thailand when you're having a vacation over there? I don't want to talk shooting star. We always talking each other. It's about same a small town USA 50 years ago. 50 years ago. Hmm. Okay. I bet Germanian English is the old English language that the history of English came from, right? So how the communication you and the Germanian, how would you compare the language of Germanian to the uh, English, which is the language that you speak? Mm, really? Wow. Oh wow. I was thinking that you already fly, but it canceled. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this. Sub. Mm. They are the same but behind us. Mm. In many things. In what thing, Kevin? That was a better time in the US. It's much different language, all new. Oh, okay. Wow, I really learned with this, um, Kevin, from you. I really, you know what? Even we just only talking, I jot down and remember the words that we are talking in here because you can learn in some other people. If you don't like to read it, you can learn in some other people the way they talk, the way they explain everything. So I says I learning. Yeah, I canceled and asked for refund MK due to the lockdown. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sub. Yes, MK, I am sad. Oh, well. I'm so sorry to hear this sub. Well, I knew Thailand is a pretty nice place to have a vacation. I am I am dreaming to have a vacation also at the Thailand. That's what I dream of. And it's very nice over there. Before when I was applying at Thailand, I really learned the cultures that we have, the the don'ts and the don'ts and those that you need to do at the Thailand. I learned that the culture of the Thailand. I learned it and I study it. Ah, yes, I was my chess in Germany. What is this Giesen? Given. Is that a language? I was by Chessen. Is that a language or easy Germany region or Heisen? Ah, a region. So during the time that you are stationed at the Germany, because Germany was divided, right? And there is a border before. Is it in the some other portion of Germany are very ruined and it's very hard as a military or the U.S. military to um, sustain the peace and order at the Germany before. Mm. Yeah. Yes, Kevin. I wanted to know it. Yeah. You know what? You in this because I don't want to talk the coronavirus. I don't want to talk with this virus because I feel allergic. We cannot go on in some other things when we are talking those things about the corona. I don't want to talk about it. I want to go on to move on this coronavirus. I don't want to talk anymore. Yes, this is an interview given. Thailand is like here MK, but the language is only different. I bet. And even the culture, they have some cultures that very different from us as a Filipino. Yeah, I was by Cheeks border. So how's the situation over there? Germany is a nice place, I agree. It sounds like it Cuban, LOL. Scoot B? Are you still there, Scoot B? Because I would love to ask you about the Filipinas you met at the US before. I heard that you are meet some Filipinas at the Middle East before. That they are working over there and they are crying and telling you something like this. So, how would you assist some Filipinas that are working before at the uh, Middle East before Scoot? We're near an area to protect West Germany from the communist East. So this time, um, East, East and West are one given this time. I had a friend whose mother was from Germany. So is it the cultures of Germany? Is it the culture of Germany is hard to learn or how would you assist Kevin? What are you asking? Um, asked you, how would you assess a Filipina when you are assigned as a military at the Middle East Scoot B? And um, Is it the situation before of the domestic helper at the Middle East before are different this time? Because this time they have already what is this day off? The same here in Hong Kong, and they allowed them to go out in like in some malls and in some park too. I heard that some of my friends that the employer allowed them to go out, unlike before that they cannot go out until their contract won't finish. Yeah, hello Roselle McNeese. Good evening. Good evening? Yes, good evening. Or yeah, hello everybody else. Hello Roselle from Germany, reunited back in 1990. Oh, wow, East and West joined after I left. Oh, really? A few months later. Oh, wow. So maybe you're the reason, Kevin, why both are not reunited. And then when you left, both are united. Joke. Hi, Roselle. And if you don't mind, Roselle, um, if you don't mind, how old are you, sir? Sir Roselle Macnis. Hello, guys and ladies. When I was living there, almost all of the domestic workers are kept like slaves. The employers would take away their phones. Wow. And not let them to go out. Oh, wow. So they are so really slaves. And they, I bet, because I heard this from a friend of mine that the employer could be, they are selling you as a domestic helper into another employer. It does some other Filipinos tells you like this. I am young, 55. Oh, wow. Oh, so you're so very young. That's nice. You're so very young. 55 is very young. So are you still working, Roselle? The tension left when Kevin left Germany. Well, I bet shooting star. I think Kevin is the reason why West and East want to reunited before. Joke. Our forces made them understand they cannot win. Yes. Ah, okay. Same age. I am old but LOL. So you are 55, Kevin. You are 55 too. We're still young. So, Kevin, after 3 years, how would you assess or how would you uh, look at your channel? Is it your channel will be growing or you would be same like other vloggers that this channel is a source of your income? Okay, about yes. Okay. Yeah, sometimes they do like that. There was one lady that the employer would have her clean like three houses HD each day. She was working from 5 a.m. until 11 p.m. No breaks every day. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. If you didn't know how to manage yourself, you would be die if your employer like this. I know you would be die. Okay. So I really, you know what? the life of the OFW compare in Hong Kong and at the Middle East are very far. But this time, because the government, the Philippine government protects the domestic helper right now. Yeah, bit by bit, the uh, Middle East follow what's the rules of the uh, in what is this taking care the domestic helper in the Middle East. Wow, if she complained, the wife would be bet. Wow, that's not good. They found out when the wife bet he's so bad and she had to go to the hospital from broken skull. Wow, that's so sad. Some in Middle East still have strict employer. Yes, I bet Kevin. And I remember, I don't know if you could remember Grace Ladimora, my best friend. She's working at the Kuwait, and since she arrived at the Kuwait, she never have an experience a day off. She's working 2 years without breaks, and her contract, she would be works at the Kuwait, but it ended at the Lebanon, and she's working at Lebanon for how many months? 15 months. She just only working at Kuwait for 5 months before, yes, 18 or I forgot, because she is working at the Kuwait for 2 years, but uh, the papers it shows that she is at Kuwait, but the exact location of Grace Ladimora, she's working at Lebanon, and she cleans the house. How many houses does she clean? Two houses, and the house is look like a palace that it's so very big. It has 3 floors and a very wide house, and the gates are very, the backyard are very wide, she says. And she remember before that the before she going back to the Kuwait, her employer didn't ask her to fix herself. And then suddenly the employer says, Grace, come on, let's go. Prepare yourself. We're going to the airport. So she didn't wash her hand, and she runs going to the airport, back to the Kuwait, and when she look at her hand, it's a lot of muds or dirt from uh, the grass or the weeds that he pulled from the backyard. So Grace says, "Oh, it's just Evan. You know what? The woman, which is her employer, are so very lazy. Even her underwear is Grace the one to uh, wear for her. She's just only sat down in there, um, chat for her telephone, and then even her underwear is Grace are the one to let her wear. Could you imagine? And Grace says she really treat like a slave when she's working at Kuwait. And could you imagine when you convert her salary into a Philippine money? She's just only earning 9,000 pesos Philippine money. So I says that's the reason why they don't let you go out for 2 years, because they are cutting your salary. So they really afraid when Grace go out, and they don't let Grace go out at the Kuwait, and they bring Grace to the Lebanon. Wow. Yeah, yes. Some cannot receive outside money. That's terrible, Scoot. Yes, that's true. Shooting star, and Grace Ladimora is one of the have an experience like that, but better. Grace Ladimora uh, had survived her situation before at the Middle East. Yeah, hey Scott, thanks for the email you sent me. That was some good information. Yes, I know Rina Hall cannot wait to get out of Saudi Arabia. Wow. You, you know what, Kevin? You cannot cut or you cannot break your contract in the Saudi. In Saudi Arabia, you need to finish, or otherwise, the your employer would be filed you a case. Or the best solution of some Filipinos are the run away from the employer, provided that their passports and IDs that they have are with them. So I don't know. Okay. You cannot break your contract at the Saudi Arabia. Unlike here in Hong Kong, you can give a 1 month notice to the government of Hong Kong and the employer too. So you can really break the contract here if you don't like your employer. You can send a 1 month notice. That's the different over here in Hong Kong and in some other like in the Middle East. And in fact, Singapore are the same now in Hong Kong. Before Singapore, you just only have 1 day off per month, but this time we have four day off per month. So it means they can a day off every Sunday. I have Philippine ladies tell me they work over there and they hate it, but need work. Yes, that's the, you know what, Rosel? That's the Filipinas. And if you really realize nowadays, Filipina are the breadwinner of the family, and the husband are waiting for the money of Filipina. That's the rule of Filipina right now. Most domestic helper in Middle East, the employer will take their ID and passport. Then if they do get to the embassy, the employers would file claim and they steal from them. That's true. Yes, I heard this. And one of my friend, she's a YouTube vlogger too. Right now, there are some, you know what? That's the reason why this Filipina who was died of so much beat by her employer, because the agencies here in the Philippines, they promise that they have you like this at Kuwait. You don't have any something to do, like any something that you need to pay for the agency. Even your passport are they are the one to process your passport, and they have a lot of things that they promise you. But when you arrive at the Kuwait, everything that they promise are the opposites. So that's the reason. And that's the reason that there are a lot of Filipinos are getting a miserable their life at the Kuwait. And in fact, I have a friend right now at Kuwait that she ran away from her employer. Her employer is not really um, rich, and Even she arrived, even then when she arrived at the house and work as their kasambahay or maid, she didn't receive any of her salary for 6 months. So what she did, she steal her um, ID, what is this? Um, Kuwait ID and her passport and ran away. And she ran away to the Philippine consulate, but the Philippine consulate, um, what the Philippine consulate did, they called the employer of a friend of mine and asked the employer to get her at the U.S. embassy. So the this friend of mine, what she did, she ran away again and go to a friend, which is our kababayan in San Enrique, that she is working in one of the agency over there in Kuwait, and she ran away at one of our friend in there, and she this time she is hiding from the government of the Kuwait, and she works for 5 hours a day, but more than with that, she would be raided by the policemen over there, and I tell her, you need to go home now, or otherwise you would be one of the prisoner in the Kuwait. I don't know what she's decision, but she chat on me one time that she really needs to go going home, and I tell her, you're the one to ruin your life. Suppose that you are already at the Philippine embassy there. You don't need to run away. You just tell the ambassador that you are not give any salary that you have since you arrive at their house. But the reason, I don't know why she run away. Ah, yes, Ligaya has day off every week, but now cannot go out because all the thing closed where she normally goes. Yes, because of this corona. Yeah, most OFW stay outside except MK. Yeah, Kevin LOL. MK likes going outdoors and enjoying nature. MK, only one I say go by people. Yeah. So why Philippine government allowed that to happen there, people? They not let them came to the United States. You know what, Rosel? Wow, it's pretty awesome that all Filipinos can enter that easily in the US. It's very pretty awesome. I would love that. But US are very strict right now, especially during the time when the uh, twin towers are bombed by the plane. I think that's the start why the US are very strict right now. And then why they allow Filipina work at the Saudi Arabia? Well, in spite of the cultures of Arabian, because of we don't have any job in the Philippines. Even we are college graduates or we have some degrees, we ended as a domestic helper because we don't have any jobs in the Philippines. And in fact, the most um, what is this? The contributor for the economy of the Philippines right now is the manpower. Yes, the manpower. So that's why right now the government of the Philippines like us as a domestic helper. They call us as the new heroes of the Philippines because we are sacrificing over here in order to earn some money and to send some money for our family for their good life. Yeah, same would happen to OFW in USA. People would not treat them bad. The people would treat them bad. That's right. We have Mexican here work cheap, but we try to keep our wages high for US citizen. Maybe the Philippine president is in bed with the money he's get for his people. Hi. Yeah, but you know what? I get a very uh, pity for some um, overseas Filipino worker in Saudi Arabia, especially the man that they are working in the constructions. Oh my goodness, their salary is not enough. You know, the hardship that they have doing the constructions, working in the big buildings, that they are risking their life at the buildings. You know, they have only their income is just only, I guess it's 18,000 pesos Philippine money right now. That's their salary. And some are just only 15,000 pesos. Would you imagine that? Yeah, and called the slave labor. That's true. That's true. My sister can be maid or nanny here and have apartment and car. Really, Kevin? Yeah, you're so very lucky as the US citizen. You know what? Because of your government. If OFW come here, we lose 50 million jobs for American. That's right. Oh, Jew loans, welcome. Welcome to my LS Jew loan. Um, hoping you are fine because they work for half wages. Oh, really? I remember before some old women in the Philippines, when they saw the Americans or the white man, they feel like a lord. I remember that before. Yeah, I remember that before. I remember my grandmother, um, when she saw the white man or an American man or a Westernian man, she really, you know what, she really, uh, I don't know what's her feeling, but yeah, he feels like a lord. And I really love my grandmother. And I told her, Lula, because grandmother, we call it Lula. Lula, they are the same with us. They are human beings. They are, I says on her. They are the same with us. They are human being. I says to my Lula. My Lula's laugh. Because she really loves the white colors and pointed nose. That's my Lula. I remember my Lula. Kevin, he have 770 OFW. OFW is working at Del Margo Resort in Miami. Miami, Miami. And work visas because of Trump companies said they could then find anyone to take the job. Hey SS from you know what? Scoot B, my friend, my classmate in college. His name is Andy Camacho. He's working at the Miami in one of the resort at Miami together with his wife. right now, and they are living in there in Miami right now. My classmate at college, because he is cheap Scott. Kevin I really hate Trumps. Oh my goodness. You know what? It's very awesome if you are alone having a day off, because you don't need to bother by your companion, because you are only managing your time, just like this. Oh my goodness. Well, Scootby, are you still there? Yes. Um, all right, but OFW here cannot send money home. Not enough to live on with those wages. Oh, okay. So, uh, why? How much the wage of the OFW in the US right now? I remember when I remember when I uh, attend a mass in one of the Catholic church here in Hong Kong. Um, the priest announced to the public that if you are a Filipina domestic helper here in Hong Kong and your employer brings you at the US and stay over there for at least 2 months or 3 months, suppose your salary would be in the US dollars too, and it's higher in Hong Kong dollar these days. So there are some Filipinos that their boss are Americans, and the Americans bring them to the US, and their salary, there are some Filipinos that complain that their salary is still like the rate over here in Hong Kong, excuse me. So um, it's I think it depend on the employers that you have. Thanks, good. We have ladies that works in the casino here, very nice ladies. I enjoy talking to them. They are a Filipina, Macnis Rosel Macnis. No free room here, no free food. Really? How much does uh, OFW in the US? Yes, Kevin, how much the salary of OFW in the US? Kevin, go to the Six Flags Park, and in the back they have connects that they convert to for a bunk living place for OFWs. They used to clean the park at night when the place is empty. Really? Scoot? Yes, tiny minority have some creepy rooms included. Oh, yes, Philippine ladies. Really? Wow, we don't have OFW here. Yeah, because the US don't allow OFW to work in US. Most of the most are paid the federal minimum wage, then the place they work deducts for the living space. Oh, I remember the woman that I heard her story at one of the radio station in the Philippines, that she's dreaming to get inside, to get in the US way back in 1980s to 1990s. So they are allowed to go in there. And then when they are arrived at the US, um, the they bring they bring inside of one of the apartments, and they are waiting for their employers in there. And you know what happened to them? No employers arrive in that apartment, and it ended uh, that they are the victims of human trafficking. So because before we back 1980s 1990s are you are free to find a job over there in US, so she didn't go home, and instead she find a job in the US, and luckily luckily she have it the kind of job that she applied to. And you know what is her first job over there in the US? She is a dishwasher. And when she when she live in the Philippines, she's a nurse. And it ended up as dishwashers in one of the restaurant. But well, until that she gets some exams, and she become a nurse in one of the hospital in the US. So that's the her story that I heard in one of the radio station that she interviewed by the anchorman. So I says, wow, during the time we back 1980s, 1990s, human trafficking, it's have a human trafficking in the US before. I asked to myself, I heard the story of this woman in one of the radio station in the Philippines. Only immigrant worker on temporary visa from a couple of countries allowed. Okay. So, you know what? I was really thinking after this pandemic coronavirus, I would love to study as a caregiver. I would love to take this course, caregiver, at the Hong Kong University, because they say if you are a graduate here as a caregiver at one of the universities here in Hong Kong, it's very easy you to apply going to Canada, rather than if you take a caregiver course in the Philippines, which is the government of Canada won't allow you or won't accept the certificate that you have from the Philippines. So my friend told me that it's better that I have this certificate here in Hong Kong, and need to finish my contract at my employer so that I could enter in Canada and work over there. A friend of mine, she is working at the Singapore before, and she applied at Singapore, and still she is a domestic helper in Canada, but it has a number of hours that they follow. She's only working 8 hours a day, and after that she needs to rest. That's the policy of a domestic helper in Canada. But the other friend of mine here, that she came here and she processed her papers here in Hong Kong, and she graduated her here, I mean here, as what is this, caregiver here in one of the university here in Hong Kong. And when she arrived at Canada, she works as a caregiver at one of the hospital in Canada. So that's the good thing. That's the different. My friend says if you are applying in Singapore, um, I don't know if you are. It's depend on the employer that you have. But yes, a friend of mine that came from Singapore. She is still a domestic helper in Canada. But a friend of mine that she is working here in Hong Kong. This time she's worked as a caregiver in one of the hospital in Canada too. She is working at the Vancouver, and the other one is working in the Toronto, Canada. Yeah. Kevin, my friend, was a maintenance guy at the park in the Chicago, and he met his Filipina there. He said that was common practice to hire for OFW for cleaning at all the parks. Really? Really, Scott? It happened with this? They had 190 at his park. Okay. We normally only accept highly skilled worker in areas we have shortage in. Mm. Given, yes, like the few hundred that Trump's company has from PI, Mexico, and the other places in South America. Hmm. Hmm. Please watch language because it hurts the channel. My bad shooting star. Oh, my bad shooting star. Oh. Okay, same here. 40 hours a week is normal for most all workers. It's okay, Roselle. It's okay. Or they pay extra for more hours. Kanoy said it is no easier for OFW go to in Canada as USA. Really? So, wow. Kanoy said it is no easier for OFW go in Canada as USA. I bet because Kanoy is have an experience, and besides her wife, his wife is a Filipina, and I think the experience in processing those things before his wife enter in Canada. But for my friend, it's, you know what, Given, for my friend, she really applied pretty easy. The other one friend that I have, she only spent 3,000 US dollars before she entered in Canada back 2008. But this time, a friend of mine that working in the Singapore, and she's only 1 year right now at Canada. She said that she spent at more or less 350,000 Philippine money. So it means it has 6,000 to 6,500 US dollars. Yes, that's true, shooting star. You need to have first the con same rules. Kevin, three of Bijoy's best friends left Bangkok to work in Germany the beginning of February as nurses. Wow. So maybe the salary of nurses in Germany are pretty awesome. Is it Scoot? Four of the girls in here ward took job in Toronto last Nov. Really? Sounds like OFW needs to be on a contract before they accept a job, no matter where they go. Yes, you need to do that, shooting star. You cannot sign a contract if you don't have employer. Same here, the process here in Hong Kong. The Germany I know, except people a bit easier, yeah. And not bad pay in Germany. Oh, really? Well, I remember my auntie. Her husband is a Germanian. I did laugh at her before. When I work here as a domestic helper here in Hong Kong way back 2002 to 2004, she have a boyfriend, which is the other is an American and the other is Australian, and she don't like it, American and Australian, because she says in terms of money, um, American and Australians are not generous. So she really choose Germanian because Germanian, she said, are fully um, turn over the the salary of the man. Yes, she says that way. I don't know if it is true or not, but she says that Uncle Frank's money, she's the one to handle with this. She said because of the character of Germanian. She says, Germany had a good government benefits too. Employer need be willing to pay a fair wage to OFW. Kevin, they get paid about 50% of what a German born nurse make, and they have to rent an apartment, travel, etc. They were complaining to Vijay about how expensive a bed apartment, one bed apartment, and the taxi cost. Ooh, wow. So it means there are disadvantage and advantage. They share one bed apartment and say that after they pay all, they actually had more money in Bangkok. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. I just heard this. Oh, wow. See, I told you, Kevin, you really learn if you are talking somebody else. Just like this could be, it tells that the BJ's friends are really income more or really have more money when they are working in the Bangkok rather than in the Germany, because I think the cost of living in Germany is pretty high rather than in Bangkok, right, Scoot? Because life in Bangkok are cheaper than in the Germany. That's the reason why Alfred, one of the Germanian, transferred to the Bangkok and then settled in Thailand, and then suddenly he sold his property in Thailand and transferred to Bohol and live in with the I forgot what's the name of that woman from Bohol. I forgot the name of the woman. Yeah, and now they have all the OFW taking care. of the virus patient, and the German nurses won't go near them. Oh my god. That's true, MK. See? MK, they said the food is very expensive and did not have anything that they normally eat in Thailand. Wow. I never heard foreign worker in Germany get paid less for some job. That's the news to me. Oh, okay. Expats are the one who will pay more in Thailand. Yeah, you need. I bet you need. If you declare yourself as an expat at Thailand, you need to um, deposit first at their bank at least 1 million 1 million Bangkok money, right, shooting star? Retired expat. Yes, I remember that. That what my land is Thailand is has a report with this that retired expat living in Thailand, they need to deposit first 1 million um, Bangkok money before they retired in the Bangkok. Yeah, and that is 26,000 US dollars, MK. Okay? Which is in the Philippines, you really easily enter in the Philippines. Given I am sure the agency gets paid more, but they signed the contract in Bangkok and they thought that the salary was very big. It was two times. It was two times the what they got in Bangkok. Wow! And then the result, they got more money in Bangkok rather than in Germany. It says you says when you are working in Germany, it says it's too shy. But if you compare the expenses that you have and the cost of living that you have, I bet it's pretty nice in Thailand. Here in Hong Kong, if you are expat over here, I am sure before you're going back in your place, you are like a vigar because of the cost of living over here. Small house here are pretty expensive. Plus, food here are very expensive. Oh my gosh. Every time I buy something, I really compare to the Philippine money and I says, oh no, I don't want to buy this one because it's very expensive. Yes, all agency, that's why. Given, Scott says, that is because the nurses here in the US, usually US citizens or have a permanent green card and married to an American. I bet that's true. Mostly of the nurses, you can seldom find Filipina work in the US as a nurse that their husband is Filipino too. Yeah, no, if nurses in the shortage here, they can come from abroad at time. They get 915 dollars euro month for working in 12 shift shifts. They do testing and classes and get jobs as a normal nurse. Mm, okay. Wow. Shooting star, are you still there? I'm back. But because but because they asked what religion when they get there, and two said Catholic and one said SDA, so they take 10% of their salary and send to the church. Really? Wow. Why? Wow. That's the form of government in the Germany. It's your obligation to pay 10% for the religion that you have. But yeah. Well, I guess it sucks to go to the Germany then. I bet. I am still here. I am listening to this and learning. Yes, you can learn here, Shooting Star. Scoot has many experience with this. And right now, Scoot, how's the papers of Big Joy going there in the US? So is it's very hard this time, or it's very easy? I remember my goddaughter before she entered in the US. Um, how many times that they go to the US embassy and got an interview? I guess two times. But because she has already two children, uh, and the two childrens are the U.S. citizen, because the husband of my goddaughter registered the two children in the U.S. So I guess it takes for 2 years. You know what's good? It takes for 2 years for them to approve that my uh, goddaughter could enter in the US. And right now, she is already 2 years living in Louisiana. They are living in Louisiana right now. Not hear anything yet. I am thinking that the government will shut down in the next month, so it will take some extra time. Hmm. Yeah. It should have been done in May, but now I have no idea. Okay. So if you know what is the best way, Scoot? So I hear this one of the vlogger, which is he's a gay, and he marry for a man in Michigan, and the papers that they process is I forgot what's the name of that visa, but the request is fiancé visa that they process, and then when he arrived at the Michigan, they are both marrying each other, but this guy is a gay from the Philippines, and the man in from Michigan. So first, what they did, um, he let first Bishi, that's the name of the gay, delete the first Bishi, having a vacation here in Hong Kong to earn some visas from a different country before he entered in the US. So this guy he let first have a vacation here in Hong Kong, and then after that he sent Bishi to have a vacation in the Thailand. And then after he came back from Thailand, they processed the things and the what is this, the fiance visa, and in just 3 months, Vichy he fly to going to the Michigan, and then when he arrived over there in just 1 month, they married each other. And this time Bishi is about 11 months living in the US right now. She's my friend in my, I subscribe him and I follow him, and right now he has he Vichy is studying as a driver over there, and he has her own car, which is her his husband give him. And I says to myself, wow, man can marry a man in the US. Because you know what, Vichy is a gay. Yeah, it should have been done in me. Everything is on hold right now. Kevin, you never told us. Haha, Scoot. Ah, where's Kevin now? I bet Kevin is gone. Where are you, Kevin, now? Where are you? Scoot LOL. Very sweet. I don't want to transfer, that's why I hold my umbrella. Mm. Where are you now? Kevin, where are you now? I guess Kevin is gone away. Sub is gone away too. Scoot B, are you still there? Shooting Star, are you still there? So where we are now? I guess Shooting Star is already asleep. I'm still here, MK. You're my avid and number one fan. Don't go away, okay? Oh, guys, I have a call from the Philippines. And thanks for stopping by, Scott B, Kevin Nash, Shooting Star, and some other in here, sub, and all the people who come in my live this earlier. Thank you so much. I have a call from the Philippines. So bye bye everyone. Thanks for stopping.